Against the Reds, he's had 2 consecutive complete games, one this year and one last year. And a guy against the Reds who's pitched 10 times is 4-3 with a 2.2 earned run average. That's Chris Carpenter. Now,
Arroyo, the big high leg kick on the ground, and that's down the line, the base hit. Over to get it is Jay Bruce. Schumacher going to try for second, and he'll get in there with a double on the first pitch of the game, and this game underway. And not a good start right from the get-go.
With a runner on base.
Hammered into right field, and it is gone. A double and a home run given up by Arroyo after 2 batters in the game. Boy, Arroyo has been hit so hard at times this season.
You know, I'm not really sure I understand this pitch. I know that they want to go inside to Kobe Rasmus, but this kid's got such a quick bat. Arroyo's fastball simply is not one that he can throw on the inner part of the plate as a strike.
In the air, straight away center field, easy for Taveras. 1 away. Broken bat roller by Ludwig. And Encarnacion throws off target, but able to put the tag on his Votto, and there are 2 away in the inning. Here, behind only his teammate Albert Pujols. There's a fly ball into left center, and Taveras will get there, but damage done.
Has had 10 starts with a 4-3 record. He beat the Reds and Aaron Harang back on June the 4th with a 3-hit complete game. That is his 2nd consecutive complete game against the Reds. Of course, the firepower in that ball game. And you'll see a whole bunch of ground balls coming off the bats of Reds as he is on his normal.
Off the mound, a high hop for the second baseman Schumacher. More players in a team, a game over 500. There's strike 3 to Votto. Hairston will throw out Molina to begin the St. Louis second. You seemingly morning, noon, and night what the weather will be like. There's a pop-up to the right side of the infield. Easy for Brandon Phillips. 2 gone. Okay, game over 500. 2 back. And Carpenter gone swinging in a 1-2-3 second at the second base position. There's a swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball. Phillips said he got a piece of it. And not buying it is home plate umpire Jim Wolf.
A team that can be a contender.
Schumacher to his right will throw out Bruce. 5 in a row set down now by Carpenter. When he had a double in the 9th inning. This one on the ground to Brendan Ryan. And Carpenter, like the first, a perfect second. Weak pop up to the right side, backing up Brandon Phillips to the grass. 1 away. Hit hard to straightaway center field, but Taveras right there, and there are 2 away in the Cardinal third. And Keel in center, and Ludwig in right. There's a 2-hopper to Votto, and Arroyo with back-to-back perfect innings. Bouncing ball, and that's into center field. So that is a base hit. This year, Rasmus gets a lot more playing time, of course, in Hannigan, and there's a bleeder into right, and that's why, had you thought about the hit and run, Hannigan really outside of Ramon Hernandez.
Figuring that the bunt's coming on.
And Arroyo lays it down perfectly, and that is 9 sacrifices on the year for Arroyo. 2-2 again. And it's popped up, and they'll fail again.
Came right in the kitchen.
Or they're going to need a 2-out hit to do it. And a little roller back in front of the plate, falling down Carpenter, and still makes the throw to end the inning. Got him up here in the booth the other night. Here's another number 5 that ain't too shabby either. 2-2 to Ludwig. Lined into center field, a base hit. He would have been there. There's a high pop-up by Ankiel. Taveras will come in to get it. 1 away for Yadier Molina. And a breaking ball is hammered into left field. Another hit and another run. 3-0 St. Louis on the single by Yadier Molina. Pull to the right side. What a play by Phillips. Now Carpenter. And a 2-out single to center field. Well, you got to really wonder about Bronson Arroyo. I mean, the numbers simply do not lie. There's strike 3 called to end the inning. Not a Red is involved in the fan balloting for the final spot. 2-hopper down to Pujols, and there's one away. Derek Lee got off to a terrible start. There's a 1-out walk drawn by Phillips. Now Lee has been red hot. I'd never seen her about a month ago. I'd never seen her before. Swing and a miss. Runner goes, and out at second is Phillips.
Oh, no.
Did not look like a good call by Field and Culver. Strike him out, throw him out, double play ends the inning. 4 runs, 6 hits for St. Louis, and he has another hit. That's his second.
Changeups he's thrown. I've never seen him go through a stretch where he's thrown so many changeups.
Into left center field. Taveras is not going to get there. And that'll be a ground rule double. The base is loaded, already leading 4-0 with nobody out. 2-2 the count on Ryan Ludwig. And there's a tapper to third. Encarnacion, a nice play, and then throws it away. Here comes a second run, hustling all the way in to make it 6-0 from second is Rasmus.
Just so disappointing right here because he makes a nice grab on the short hop pickup, throws off balance and throws it way wide to the third base side of home plate. No way Hannigan's going to get that. A second run heads up comes in there, and things have fallen apart here for the Reds. Every time that today anyway that Edwin has handled the ball, he's thrown the ball wildly.
Oh, and 1 to Ankiel. And there's a fly ball that should bring in another run. It will. Pujols will tag. Dickerson will let it fly, but not going to be in time. Also tagging and going on to second from first is Ludwig.
This is what you need to consider.
Line to the left. That'll be another base hit. That one lined into right center field. That'll be caught by Taveras, but because of the throw going in to the plate rather than to second base, Ludwig is able to score to make it 8-0. Arroyo has also been a stand-up guy.
For all the cables and the cameras that we had, and there's just people going back and forth. We were afraid somebody would trip.
Jerry Hairston Jr. has his second hit. Chris Carpenter out there on the mound hasn't bothered him today. The entire series should be a double play ball here. There's one, and that's a double play to end the inning.
It was our 4th of July holiday.
Fireworks here for the Cardinals today. Off the glove of Votto into right field. That'll be another hit. That's 11 of them. And does his thing in Arroyo's case every 5 days. And let's be honest about it. Ever since he talked about it, I mean, Arroyo has not had a good start. There's 1 out. There's 2 out. How about that?
Boy, the guys are just fascinated to have that in their hands. It was just amazing.
Sutton throws wide of the bag, but Votto there for the tag. And what a job by Rennick. You're talking 1. High fly ball straight away center. Rasmus at the track, 1 away.
If you match up with one, you probably match up with the other.
On the ground out of Pujols, and that is out number 2 here in the Reds' 6th inning. A part of your franchise's future, or are you getting a rental play? We'll talk more about that when we come back. He walked 2, unintentionally, and fanned a pair. Josh Rennick delivers to Rick Ankiel, and there's a base hit into center field to begin the St. Louis 7th. Pittsburgh with the 4 primary teams that have been in contention all year. This will be a double play. 2 gone here in the 7th inning.
But then the other question you have to ask, is he a Coors Field player? Because his numbers are way down this year.
Matt Holliday's situation as Votto pulls one in the right of base hit. But I mean, if you're an organization like the Reds, drafted players and developed players by the organization, if you put so much into it, doing the same thing the last 3 or 4 years.
The first couple of weeks of the year.
Ball driven into left center field by Jay Bruce, and that'll get the Reds on the board, scoring Votto. And Bruce on his way to third. Here's a throw there, and he's out by 10 feet. Oh, he dropped the ball apparently. Thurston dropped the ball.
In the first half, obviously he's been hurt. He had a broken hand, for goodness sake, so you expect him to come back and be a decent player.
Well, he's unable to get the runner in from third. What you believe your best game plan is for the future, just because you haven't done something for 8 years.
In fact, they're very proud of Carlos Fisher. If you log on to their website, as I just have while we...
The fifth, 1986. There's a fly ball to straightaway center that Taveras will run down, one away. July the 5th, 1986, when Chris Welsh.
It was great.
Yeah. There's another walk. 2 of them in the inning given up by Fisher.
Camp next year down in Goodyear, Arizona.
I think that is a great idea. I think you ought to ask my dad to do that first for Tech Talk. As there's
I don't know how they can do any better than they already do, but go ahead.
Well, but if they could. Well, what about the Cowboy?
Well, Cowboy's a legitimate major leaguer. I mean, he was a Roll Age Relief Man of the Year.
What about your longtime partner, 17 years running now? There's one out in the inning. Struck him out swinging, and there are 2 away in the inning.
And that's what I'm trying to get you and Marty to do.
Okay.
Back in the days of playing in Virginia.
Yeah. Base hit into left center field. Hook to the right side. Pujols will feed Reyes to end the inning. That one line into center field. A base hit by Chris Duncan. That's the way things begin here in the St. Louis 9th inning. Encarnacion to second. They will not turn the double play on Ludwig. One away here in the ninth. A win like today is a real feather in the cap of the Cardinals. There's ball 4 to Ankiel. I mean, only Washington has a higher team ERA. Here's a ground ball that'll bring in another run. And of course the Reds have had their struggles offensively this entire year. And Cardinals get together again. There's a base hit into center field to make it a 10-1 game. Ball hammered into deep left field, and Dickerson leaps up against the wall. He can't get it. They're going to hold Thurston at third base on a double, just missing a home run. And there's a tapper back to Fisher, and he will throw in time to end the inning. Struck him out on a high fastball, 1 away. Fly ball in the left center field, playable for Ankiel, and the Reds are down to their final out. The Reds will play the Cardinals and the Cubs and the Brewers a total of 13 games. But for the time being, not the way you wanted this homestand to come to an end. The Reds shellacked right from the beginning. Final count today of 10-1.